Ken, how have you worked through selection this week? Good news or bad news?
Well, we've actually got some good news, which is nice because we haven't had too much of that initially. And from an injury point of view, pleasingly we'll get Kane Farrell back this week to play Magpies, which is a big time for us when you consider the size of his injury, his knee, his ACL. So he'll be back after 9 months, which is incredible work by our medical team, incredible work by Kane himself, and he's a really positive part of the future. So that's one big tick for us as a football club. We're really excited by that, and we'll also get Tom Cleary back, which really helps us at the moment with where we've been with issues with our tall backs. They seem to be each week someone in our tall backs getting hurt, and Sam Skinner last week with his ankle, and still no certainty to get up and play even on the weekend, Sam, but. It allows us to bring Tom back into the side, so that's a good result.
Skinner okay for this one?
He's not available for tomorrow night. He's still getting over his ankle, and with the scans and stuff, it looks like because it's a 6-day turnaround, he just hasn't had enough time. But there's a chance that he could play Saturday in the Magpies, but he certainly won't play tomorrow night.
Robbie Gray?
No, Robbie won't play.
What's the issue there?
He's still the health and safety protocols. He's coming out. We play Thursday, basically, for Rob. To come out Thursday and play Thursday night is just unreasonable.
So how do you balance up all the other decisions? Are you handcuffed in some ways, and how you set up your side because it's on the injury list, or how do you deal with form as well in that?
Yeah, honestly, we are a little bit with what we need in our tall brigade, particularly. We know we've got some younger developing talls who are just not at the level that they need to be to play AFL football, and then we've got a few that are missing, so we have to manage around what we have, and we're doing a reasonable job of trying to get people back as quick as we can.
So you were creative last week with Sam Hayes in attack. Will you be even more creative with something in the midfield this week?
No, well, we've got a midfield group that's got a challenge on their hands against the reigning premiers. They understand the size of the challenge, but no, we've got good midfield depth that we can mix and match through there, and we've done that all the way through.
You mentioned that 6-day turnaround. How do you physically and mentally turn around from that?
Your responsibility is to turn back up and go to work. It's no different to everyone else. In society, you've all got to turn up and work. You don't always have the best days at work, and we've had a rough patch. There's no doubt about it. At the moment, where we've led a couple of games by 4 goals. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to close them out, and puts us in the position we are now. But our responsibility is to turn up with as much energy as we always do, and make sure we work towards turning it around as quick as we possibly can.
Your team's record against defending premiers is extraordinary. Do they still have that sort of spirit in them that they see the big challenge?
It'd be nice if we do, wouldn't it? It'd be a great result for us if we can do it again. Which we're pretty honest team when we go about it. We don't take necessarily anything to the fact that we're playing against reigning premiers any week that we play football. But if the record at the moment, if we can call on some history, we'd like to be able to call on that record and make sure that we get a win against last year's reigning premiers. But I can imagine they won't be wanting that to be the case.
So what is their spirit like after that result and a quick turnaround?
Well, the quick turnaround helps. I think it gets them back to work. He said before we need to go back to work. We get to Monday and we're basically talking about Melbourne, so we haven't had a long time to sit and dwell around what happens in football, and the size of the loss last week was a showdown. It was a remarkable finish, which showdowns provide, and we just got to get over them. And unfortunately, because it's round 4, it's not round 24 where we get to stop.
The midfield of Melbourne, do you want to take them on or shut down some aspects of it?
Oh no, we've got to take them on, and there are plenty of teams are trying to do that with them all the time at the moment. We have great faith in the people that we have around the ball too, that they'll give us a really even look at the ball when we get a chance to play, and Melbourne's midfield will be doing the same thing for them.
So how do you debate whether you do a heavy lockdown on a star like Petrarca or Oliver or even Lonnie? What do you do with that?
Well, you just listed 3, I think, and that's what makes it a bit more challenging. When they're the absolute best teams in the competition, there's more than one that you let one go, the other one gets you. But hopefully that's the same for them. That they let Wines go, Boat goes, when Butters goes, and Rosie and whoever else, and Drew goes. So there's some challenges for them, and we're not frightened by their names. We understand and respect their results.
And what have the last few days been like for you? It seems the knives have come out earlier in some respects. I say that with respect, but has it been a different week for you, or a different few days? Or?
No, not so much different. It's disappointing. Disappointing's what happened at the end of the last game, and my responsibility is to get up and go. The support from within is what we expect. We're really really connected football club inside, and that's just what it has to be. And the boys believe, and we believe in each other, and we stick together, and that's what we're going to do. And we can't hide from the fact the results haven't been what we want, but that's no way getting out of it is by fracturing, and we're just not going to do that. You can just see that.
Yeah, I guess you echo what Matthew Richardson said, just calm down a bit, everyone. And
I don't know exactly what Richo said, but our responsibility is to work hard and get these results turned back around as quick as we possibly can. And then I get that everyone would be equally as frustrated as I am. I 100% agree and understand the frustration that goes into any football season. And be it lucky or unlucky, I've been around a long time, and I understand that the frustrations get big at times like these, but they can quickly disappear if you can just turn things around.
What have you learned from the last 3 weeks from the start of the season? What have you taken away from it?
Footy just does things to you. The unexpected happens a little bit. Some of the things that have happened to us in the last 2 or 3 weeks, the start of this season, are just what footy does. Again, long time in the game. I've seen it all. I've been through it a bit, and I've lived the highs and lows of what football does to you. And I know that the lows go away really quickly if you can get your momentum going in the right direction.
And what's your message to some of the Port Adelaide fans who have been calling for a new coach and calling for change? Do you have any message to that?
Oh no, I get frustration. I just said that before. You understand frustration. I can't explain. I can't tell people how to feel. I can share their frustration. I can certainly share their frustration. But I do know that I'm going to, as the club and everyone that works with me at the club, we're going to work as hard as we can to ease the frustration for them and for me, and for the players.
Have you been heartened by all the support you've had last year, senior players like Loki and Bassett earlier in the week? There's clearly a degree of love and respect there.
Again, I think that's a reflection of who we are as a football club. We're in it together. I mean, don't overplay what's going on. These people are working really hard to turn things around. They're bloody good people, and they'll do everything they can to stick together and make sure we do turn around.
Is the weight of expectation weighing down the players at all?
No, I don't think so. As I said, we've been in 2 out of our 3 games. We've had one really poor performance, but we've been 2 of our 3 games. The boys, if you're with me during the week, you'd see their attitude, you'd see their willingness to work, you'd see their energy to keep going and want to keep improving and particularly want to turn things around quickly.
Can Where's Dursma
Well, Dursma's sore, so he won't play this week. So he's got his shoulder, which he got another knock on last week, so he'll be out. And Jeremy's working towards getting back into some really good form. I just sense Jeremy's had a pretty positive week. He's working hard again, and he knows exactly where he's looking to improve on.
Any crystal ball on Aaliyah and Dixon? Is that any
Dixon's crystal ball's got foggy, so it's not looking great for a little while. Look, Charlie's probably going to miss somewhere for 4 to 6 weeks, as I said, and Aaliyah, without jumping the gun, I'm hopeful, very hopeful that he's closer than further away.
What was it about Dursma's form that led to him being omitted last week? We obviously didn't know about it until after the press.
Sorry, you didn't know about?
We weren't aware of it until after the press, so we couldn't ask you last week. What was it about Dursma's form that led to him being dropped?
I thought I think you knew at the presser because I spoke about him being but not being selected. But the reality was that Xavier wasn't playing at the level he expects of himself and we expect of him. And no player in the side's immune to performance pressure. He's been trying really hard to get his form at a level that we know of him, not expect of him. We actually know what he delivers, and he's been off that. I mean, people unfortunately have times in their career where their form's off.
Richo came out in his letter to members last night and said that he supports the coach and he's backing you guys and whatnot. What does that support look like? What conversations have been had with him and Richo on the board?
Well, they're open and clear conversations all the time about our expectation and where we're at, and we're totally aligned. So it's not an issue with alignment. I think Richo was obviously just assuring people that we review closely on everything that we do, and we don't miss.
Does it hurt, King, the personal criticism?
No.
Does that hurt?
No, not when you've been in this game as long as I have. I mean, it's almost an expectation from me, to be honest. I'm the least surprised person at Port Adelaide right now of the criticism, because I've been in footy forever.
In certain ways, how close is he to your thoughts of playing AFL? Where's his situation?
Yeah, he's close. I mean, we've said this for a while over Sam, though, and at the moment we feel that the one ruck is still what we need to go with. We're growing Sam, and we continue to grow Sam. We're giving Sam more education even as a forward as we speak, because of the reasons that we've got going on with our tall forwards as well.
It's Charlie's injury and maybe Jeremy's form. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but maybe changed the way you might have looked at losing a guy like Laddams when you come up against a great 1-2 punch this weekend. There's not an obvious offside of it.
No, we make list decisions based on our future and long-term success.
So there's not a hole there in that second mark?
No.
You said Cleary back in, straight back in.
Yes.
Is there a risk involved?
Absolutely, there's some risk for Tom, but we know what Tom brings to us, and but our reality right now is that we're a bit short on our tall defenders. With Sam also being unavailable, we got Tom and Trent, and Trent's had his own warfare at the moment where he's been banged up a little bit. So to have Tom come in and ease that load a little bit, knowing that he's played over 100 games of AFL football in that area of the ground's really comforting for the boys that play in that area.
Just last couple.
Yeah.
What are the conversations you've been having with the players this week, trying to get them ready for the game? Any different language you've been using? Any message?
No, we're pretty consistent with our messaging through the week. We do what we do every week. We review strongly, we review closely with individual performance, team performance, and then we educate them on what they're trying to get better at and give them the opportunities to improve on their game. So our players...
This week a little bit? The stakes aren't high this week?
Oh mate, they can't get much higher as in any game of AFL football. The stakes don't go up and down. The result is 4 points, and you're looking for 4 points every week, and every 4 point is critical. And clearly, because of the ladder right now in 0 and 3, we all think that the stakes are certainly higher. Well, that's true, isn't it? They get higher each time you get further away.
Just checking on Mackenzie. How's he actually going? It feels like he's in the wars.
Yeah, he's in the wars. And you see him go back with a flight a couple of times in the game and think, well, he certainly doesn't lose his courage. But yeah, no, he's getting through.